Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to study some properties and theorems on complete regular space. So, I explained what is complete regular space in previous video itself. So, before that, in previous video, we have proved completely regular space plus T1 space implies T3 and off space, right? Completely regular space plus T1 space is T3 and off space or Tychonow space. We have proved completely regular space is regular also. Therefore, every T3 and off space is T3 space. Now, we are going to prove in a T3 and off space or Tychonow space, distinct points can be distinguished by a real valued continuous function. We are going to prove whatever points this is having x, y, z, etc. All these points are distinct. These points can be distinguished by a real valued function. We are going to prove this. So, suppose if we are having 2 points x comma y belongs to x and it should be distinct. X is not equal to y. Now, x I am considering it as a point and I will consider y as a set. We know that every singleton set in a T1 space is closed. Therefore, y is closed. How come in T3 and off space we are considering T1 space? Because what is Tychonow space? Completely regular plus T1. So, this space is T1 also. Therefore, T1 condition holds good here also. Y is closed. Now, x and y are different. It means x does not belongs to y. Using complete regularity axiom, we are having two open set or for a point x and a closed set y, we are having a continuous function f such that it defines on R or it is defined on 0, 1 such that f of x is equal to 0 and f of y is equal to 1. Obviously, f of x and f of y are not equal because it is 0 and it is 1. Therefore, every distinct points in Tychonow space can be distinguished by real valued continuous function. Real valued continuous function. Now we are going to study some more properties on complete regularity or complete regular space. So now next property is we are going to prove complete regular space or completely regularity satisfies hereditary property. Complete regularity is a hereditary property. We are going to prove that. It means for x comma tau, what is x comma tau? X comma tau is a completely regular space. We are going to consider subspace of this. I am going to consider y and tau y. It is subspace of x comma tau. We have to prove y comma tau y is also completely regular or tau comma y is also complete regular space. So to prove this, we should have a point in y and a closed set in y. So to consider this, I am going to consider a closed set f star. It is closed in tau y, which is subset of y. So tau f star is subset of y. It is closed in tau y. So f star, I'll write like this, subset of y. Now I will consider a point y belongs to capital Y, and this y should not belongs to f star. It means y belongs to f star complement. It means y belongs to y minus f star. Correct? Y belongs to f star complement. It means y belongs to y minus f star. So this implies f star is y intersection f. So what is f star? Subset of y. Here I am taking f star as y intersection f. What is this f? This is new variable, right? So f is some closed set in tau. See here I am considering a closed set in y. F star is subset of y. It is defined on tau y topology. Now I am considering a point y belongs to y, and y should not belongs to f star. If y does not belongs to f star, it will belongs to f star complement. F star complement we can write it as y minus f star. Right? Now f star is y intersection f, where f star is some closed set in y, f is some closed set in tau. Right? Now y does not belongs to f star implies y does not belongs to y intersection f, right? So y does not belongs to f star implies y does not belongs to y intersection f, because f star is equal to y intersection f. This implies y, already we have y belongs to y, right? Now y does not belongs to f. See, we are having y belongs to capital Y already. Here we are taking y belongs to y, right? So y belongs to y, and y does not belongs to y intersection f means, it means y does not belongs to f, right? If y belongs to both the set, then y belongs to y intersection f. But here y does not belongs to y intersection f means either y does not belongs to y and f, or either it belongs to any one of the set. Already we are having y belongs to y, therefore obviously y should not belongs to f. I repeat, if y belongs to y intersection f means y belongs to y belongs to f. If y does not belongs to y intersection f means either y should not belong to this two, or it should not belong to any one. Already we are having y belongs to f, therefore y should not belongs to f, right? This implies y belongs to f dash. So we are having this space is complete regular of x. So using completely regular in x, there should exist two open set. Sorry, here we are having complete regular space, right? So there should exist a continuous function f defined from 0, 1 such that f of y equal to 0 and f of f equal to 1, because x is completely regular, or it is complete regular. Therefore for some point y, see what is y? Y belongs to capital Y. What is y? Y is subset of x. So whenever y belongs to capital Y, obviously it belongs to x also. Since x is regular, completely regular, there exists a continuous function f such that x2 0, 1 such that f of y is equal to 0, f of capital F is equal to 1. F is closed set by the definition of complete regularity. Now I am going to define another mapping G such that x2 0, 1. How it is defined? See here it is defined in this way. Now G of x is defined as f of x for all x belongs to y. Whenever x does not belongs to y, this mapping does not holds good. Whenever it belongs to capital Y, this mapping holds good. So, it means clearly G is defined for y because whenever x belongs to capital Y, we are having a mapping. Whenever x does not belongs to y, here V does not contain any mapping. Therefore, obviously G is a mapping on y and G is a continuous function. Therefore, f of y, here we are having f of y equal to 0. F of y equal to 0 implies what is f of x? G of x. Therefore, G of y equal to 0 and f of capital F equal to 1 implies G of x equal to 1 for all x belongs to f. F of f is equal to 1 means G of f is equal to 1. So, whatever element belongs to f, this condition holds good. So, G of x equal to 1 for all x belongs to f. So, G of x is equal to 1 for all x belongs to y intersection f also. So, what is the difference between f and y intersection f? F means subset of f is closed in x. F is a closed set in x. I am considering y intersection f. So, whenever for all values belongs to f, y intersection f for all y intersection f also this condition holds good. Here the number of element will decrease. See here f is subset of x, y is also subset of x. Y is subset of x, f is subset of x. Here I am taking intersection between y intersection f. Y intersection f. So I will have only common element between these two. So only common element between these two I am considering. Remaining element I have neglected. I am not adding the element. I have reduced the number of element. Obviously this condition holds good for x belongs to y intersection f. What is our y intersection f? Our y intersection f is f star. Already we have written, right? Y intersection f is f star. Therefore, for all x belongs to f star. It means G of f star is equal to 1. We are having G of y equal to 0 and G of f star is equal to 1. Therefore, the subspace of complete regular space is also complete regular. It means aridity property holds good in complete regularity. Now we are going to prove complete regularity is topological. So always we'll prove any space is hereditary and topological. Now we are going to prove it is topological. That means any homeomorphic image of a complete regular space is completely regular. Now I will define a function f x comma tau to y comma tau star. I have considered a homeomorphic mapping and here x comma tau is completely regular. X comma tau is completely regular. Now I am considering f be an tau star closed set and f is subset of y and f is closed in y comma tau star. And I am considering a element y belongs to y, and what is the condition for this? Y should not belongs to capital F. So whenever y does not belongs to capital F, this implies y belongs to f dash. So f dash we can write it as y minus f. Since f is onto function, there exists some element x in capital X such that how it is defined? F of x is equal to y. Right? F of x to y means f of x is equal to y. This we can write it as x is equal to f inverse of y. We are having y belongs to y minus f and we are having x as f inverse of y. It means x equal to f inverse of y and it does not belongs to f inverse of f. How did we get this? Because y does not belongs to f. Since y does not belongs to f inverse of y does not belongs to f inverse of capital F also. Also, f is a closed set. Therefore, capital F is closed in x. Therefore, f inverse of f is also closed in y since f is continuous. This is closed in y since f is continuous. Also, since x is complete regularity on x, since x is a complete regular space, there exists a continuous mapping G defined on x to 0, 1. How it is defined? G of x is equal to 0 and we are having f of capital F is equal to 1. Here we are having G of f inverse of f is equal to 1. We are defining G a mapping x to 0, 1 such that G of x is equal to 0 and G of f inverse of f is equal to 1. Why I am taking f inverse of f? Because f inverse of capital F is closed in y. Usually we will have x and f. So we will define for x and f. But here x is the point and x does not belongs to f inverse of f. F inverse of f, small f inverse of capital F is our closed set. Therefore, G of f inverse of f is equal to 1. Now, G of x is equal to 0 implies what is x? F inverse of y. G of f inverse of y is equal to 0. Also, G of f inverse of f is equal to 1. So, we can write this as G of f of y equal to 0 and G of f of capital F is equal to 1. I have just combining those two. Also, f is a homeomorphic function. F inverse is continuous. Therefore, composite function g of f is also continuous mapping from y on to 0, 1. Y on g of f is also a continuous mapping from y on to 0, 1. Also, we are having g of f of y is equal to 0, g of f is equal to 1. Sorry, here we are having g of f inverse. So, this should be g of f inverse and g of f inverse. This is also g of f inverse. So, g of f inverse is a continuous mapping from y on to 0, 1. Also, g of f inverse of y is 0. G of f inverse of f is 1. It means y, tau star is also completely regular. That's what we have to prove.